Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to be talking about Mongrels. If you're not sure what Mongrels is, it's a 2010 BBC programme based around anthropomorphical animals. Mongrels was quite a popular show back in the day, especially among possibly furries. I probably didn't see it until a couple of years later on Netflix, but that is, I'd hardly call it a fault of my own. I didn't discover Mongrels until I was about 14, maybe 15, maybe a tiny bit higher. At the time, I was well aware of the furry fandom, and I was quite active in it. Mongrels was one of my favourite shows because it utilised the idea of puppetry. The idea behind Mongrels was actually that of made by Andy Heath. Andy Heath was a producer at Talk to the Hand Puppetry. Talk to the Hand Puppetry has been making puppet programmes and shows for quite a while now. Each episode has some kind of problem going on, and obviously these characters have to fix it somehow. Let's take the first episode, for example, Chicken.
Nelson, are you playing Boggle without me?
Vince! Damn you, Boggle, have I learned nothing from the cautionary tale of Anne Frank?
Yahtzee! Oops.
Chicken was sort of the pilot episode for this program, and whilst it wasn't actually the pilot, which can be found on the special DVD edition thing, I guess, it was the first episode to ever actually release onto television. The pilot remained unaired, and it's kind of a shame really, because I would have loved to have seen that. Backscratch that. It's on the DVD. The problem is that I haven't really seen these episodes outside of Netflix and Apple TV, so you don't really get to see the unaired pilot on those. The unaired pilot was, or rather did, use an alternative theme for its airing, I believe. Or what would have used it for its airing, but it was never shown, hence the familiar tune we now hear, because there was no other tune to go with it. Mongrels was usually around 8 to 9 episodes long per season, and it's a shame that they stopped after the second season when it was decommissioned by the BBC and cancelled completely. A lot of fans were actually probably gutted because of that, particularly many furry ones. But I have to ask, why is this a perfect show for furries? Because of the obvious anthropomorphical point of it, the reason why it's actually perfect is because it allows people to watch a program that's both adult and cartoony in a way, I guess. Whilst the program is actually very silly and centres probably around most childish ideas that none of us would even think of as an adult, Mongrels has one particular charm about it, and that is the utilisation of its puppetry. One of the things it tends to do in terms of the puppetry is it actually uses a higher up set. The higher up set actually means that the actors can be down below watching each movement on their screens. It's probably the same way things like Sesame Street and The Muppets were filmed. In fact, I specifically know it's very similar to how Furchester Hotel is filmed because I saw that live once. If you're not familiar with Furchester Hotel, I'll leave a link in the description. It's like a kids' version of Sesame Street, but based in the UK, Manchester. Hence the name Furchester Hotel. Moving back to Mongrels, it's actually a program that I didn't expect to be very appealing as a child, but because it had a fox on its cover, of course I was going to get into it. The charm about Mongrels is that it's both funny and unfunny at the same time. The jokes are pretty obvious.
Simon Pegg! Mick Frost!
I specifically love the designs of the puppet as well. They're actually pretty creative. Only being made from foam and by candles, think about it. Yeah, that's not something you really hear every day. Obviously it's nothing similar to that of Muppets or Sesame Street. A lot of those two programs utilize different puppetry style, even though they're pretty much the same program. The Muppets and Sesame Street use the same method of puppetry, I guess, in a way, because it is still the hand mouth puppetry style. However, the Mongrels characters have more complex designs inside them that allow them to blink, have their ears move, and also allow them to hold different props. Whilst they probably did the same thing on things like Furchester Hotel and Muppets and Sesame Street, the characters, or at least most of them on those shows, don't actually blink or move their ears, mostly because none of them actually have any ears. Mongrels is perfect for furries because it actually is if I can say this right, anthropomorphization, I think I got it close enough, of characters that we wouldn't expect to see in a lot of television outside of Looney Tunes, Mickey Mouse, and any other Disney product. However, Mongrels has its main drawbacks, and those can be quite obvious, mostly that it was cheaply made using puppets. Whilst it was a good idea to use the puppetry idea, it does make it quite obvious it's a satire show rather than something that's quite serious. A lot of the jokes in Mongrels are actually a lot of early year jokes, something we probably could not get away with today in British television. Although I do have to say I love that one scene where there is a guide dog who's sort of like outside a shop and he's got a slot in his head, and the theme that plays is Tales to the Unexpected, which, by the way, I love that theme. Imagine the copyright licensing they must have gone through to get that. Whilst Mongrels has its problems, I think it can be let go on those. The reason why is because it is actually pretty creative and inventive in terms of the way it utilises puppetry and how it produces its flow of content that it shows in the programme. I mean, to be honest, there is an entire scene dedicated to them calling Vince a cunt, which is a recurring gag throughout the entire series.
Vince is a...
There is also an entire scene where Destiny, one of the characters, tries to literally get her husband, who is blind, half deaf, and can barely read, killed by Vince.
Vince, I just want you to kill my elderly husband. Now, if that's too much to ask...
Matter of fact, it is!
I can't help but laugh every time. I believe the main 4 characters of this show were actually seen at EF and were seen in a video for Further Confusion at one point. Please actually correct me if I am wrong on any of that. To be honest, it would actually be nice to see it at a UK convention like Confuzzled or Furcation, for example. These two being probably 2 of the biggest conventions in the UK. Confuzzled obviously being the biggest, it would probably benefit a lot better with Mongrels, but then again, so would Furcation, because anyone who actually has seen this program would actually love to meet these characters in real life. And at the end of the show, it's about being who you want to be, being who you think you are. And I think that's an important lesson a lot of us could learn from it. Hiya. Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
What are you doing? You up?
Yeah, I'm up, yeah.
What do you want to do? Do you want to meet up for a coffee, or is it too cold?
I swear to God, Mongrels is probably the only show I would watch in terms of watching anthropomorphized characters. As previously stated, I would love to actually meet these puppets as well, because they are pretty fucking cool. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I shall see you all next time. Peace!